Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So this week has been an interesting week, testing out this Maozua digital voice recorder. It's been interesting because I had an incident with police which this voice recorder did pick up. Stay tuned for a little snippet later on. But first of all, let's have a look outside the box. So everything is pretty minimalistic. There are a few features like AVR, which records media in digital format to facilitate playback on displays with speakers. It has a USB, an AB repeat during playback, and yes, it also supports MP3 WMA music playback too. Inside the box we are greeted with a Maozua 18 months warranty and product support card with QR code integrated, a very detailed user manual, and the voice recorder itself, which we'll look at shortly. Just love this protection here. This should be very secure during transit. Underneath there are some pretty basic earphones. And well, let's take a closer look at the Maozua recorder. So the first thing I do notice is that it's got a bit of weight to it. It's around 50 grams in fact. To the front we have a speaker, a play pause button, to the right we have the voice record switch, a next and last song selection, and menu mode switch button. Switching to the left side we have a volume up and volume down button, our earphone headphone inputs, the on off switch, to the rear there are some handy listed features, the bottom a USB 2.0, and yes, this voice recorder does have 8GB storage, which should get you around 580 hours voice record time on an MP3 file with 32 kbps, or if you want a reduced 218 hours with a 192 kbps. As stated on the item description, you do have a higher setting of 1536 kbps with only 12 hours playback, but that recording format will be set on a WAV file, with that capacity time increased to 72 hours, with a reduced 256 kbps format. So what all that means in general is that if you record an MP3 file, basically you'll get more hours for lower quality, and the same with their WAV file too. You get much of a higher quality on the WAV file than you do the MP3 file, so that's going to be interesting to see later on. Let's go ahead and turn it on, and we are greeted with a 96 by 64 LCD screen with MP3 display. It is backlit in light blue with a battery status, current song selection, playtime, music time, file name, and format, etc. This Maozua recorder comes with 3 MP3 samples built in. You have a water file, makes me want to go to the toilet. We have a song, and we have the last file being that of, well, some quite annoying birds. Voice record is activated by sliding up the side record button. Recording should initialize in seconds. Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. To pause, press the play pause button on the front, and to stop recording, simply slide the recorder switch back. Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. All recordings are stored and easily deleted by pausing the selected track, holding the volume up button for 2 seconds, selecting the desired file or files, and well, deleting them. Let's head on over to the menu, and you have the record settings, where you can set the recording format, the recording bitrate, and set the AVR. So yeah, voice activated recording can be started, paused, and recording resumed when your voice is actually heard. And welcome back to my channel. So yeah, that's pretty handy if you want to fill those gaps. You also have auto settings, timer set to record, auto record, which again will activate to noise. We have a few other settings like lighting, sound, date, time, standby time, language selection, password set, which is 0000, disk space, format, and factory settings. 3 days later! So after 3 days, we had some interesting times with this voice recorder. On the MP3 high setting, the sound was really good. Hello guys, this is a test from arm's length. Hello guys, this is the test from half length. And, you ready for this? Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is very close, and yes, as you can tell, the P's and T's do affect the microphone when you're up close and personal. Personal. It was crystal clear. Obviously the P's and T's did interfere when you did get close to the microphone, which you don't really want to do with a voice recorder anyway. On the MP3's lowest bitrate, sound came in pretty poor. So this is just our low quality sound test on the MP3 file. I'm going to get very close and close and closer, so as you can tell the quality, it's kind of basic, isn't it, really? Which is quite obvious with it being 32 kbps. On the high setting on the WAV file though, voice record quality was very, very good. So as you can tell, it's picking up my voice very good in fact. So let's bring it halfway, and yes, very clear still. Let's go all the way towards my mouth. And as I said before, this voice recorder simply hasn't got a filter. I don't think many have, but at the end of the day, the P's and T's will affect it. It was the best setting, even on its lowest bitrate setting. And this is on the lowest settings on our file, and arm's length seems to be sounding, yeah, it's not too bad, is it? Recording quality was quite still good, surprisingly. Clarity through the speaker was great. Earphones, I must admit, aren't that good though. They have no bass, the mids overpower all the sound, and they're really quite painful to listen to any type of music really on this voice recorder. So yeah, I'd actually keep it to listen to your voice playback only. Trying on other headsets and earphones worked terrific with this voice recorder. Music and voice playback was even better, so indeed this voice recorder can be utilised as an MP3 player. Oh yeah, and you can also use it on a car USB insert too. So now this voice recorder, to put it simple, it works fantastically. Okay, you do get close and the P's and T's when speaking do get distort, as it doesn't have much of a filter. Well, most voice recorders don't actually come with a filter because basically you don't have it sellotaped to the bottom of your lip. Mama! Clarity, with the WAV file being on its highest bitrate setting, sat perfect, with close and even slightly distant recordings coming in with absolute pure clarity, with not much background noise interference. And that's why this recorder came in handy really. So I was carrying this voice recorder one day this week, on my final third day in fact, of testing out this Maozua voice recorder, and I basically was subjected to harassment by law enforcement. This isn't the only time, this is the third time, for no apparent reason. I've got a clear license, clear record, my vehicle is all intact, my vehicle is fairly new, got the tax, MOT and all that stuff, not speeding, spotted them a mile away, just as the previous other times. And this exact time, this third occasion, they decided to follow me to private property, which is my fiance's private home. I parked up on the driveway and this is what proceeded to happen. So let me just get into it. I got out the car, locked it up, I've gone from A to B, I've gone from my workplace to my fiance's place, and let me just speak to the officers. And here's what happened. Can I help you? Do you favour stand there? This is bought property. Can I help you? Why are you harassing me? Why are you following me?
Harassing you?
Yeah. Don't come on private property. This is bought property.
Alright, okay. There's no need to be like that.
What's wrong with you?
We're just checking vehicle and stuff. What's your name, please?
I don't need to tell you that.
We're trying to check that you've got the right paperwork and things.
I don't need to do that.
Well, you can.
No.
You can make sure that you do.
So at this point, I knew that they was trying to get me into a Section 5 public order offence, even on private property, and I decided to walk away. Don't follow me onto my property, please.
Don't follow you onto your property.
You don't have permission to enter my property. You don't have the right.
Under the Road Traffic Act, we have a right to stop vehicles and check them for driving
registration plate.
Vehicles insured, but it doesn't come back as being at this address.
So I put the keys in the door and they surrounded me. I told them not to enter the private property right from the beginning, as you could tell, and they decided to walk down the path and follow me. That's harassment, intimidation, and it's in breach of the peace. Because right now, my girlfriend upstairs started to hear this part from the top window.
So if you just tell us your
don't
name,
need
we
to
can
tell
check
you
that
that.
you're the insured person on the car.
I am the insured person on the car.
Well, we don't know that until we know your name.
Wait, did you know it's an offence?
And decided to bid them a good night. After all the questions, they decided to start pushing in the front door. So basically both officers leaning, full force, pushing the door, pushing it back and forth. I decided to let the door go and shout upstairs to my fiancée to phone the real police. And this is basically what happened. Bye-bye. No, excuse me, can you come down the stairs please and phone the police? Phone the police, they're harassing me, they've come onto private property.
All we just want to know is...
This is my car. This is the only time you followed me onto this driveway.
Right, okay.
This is private property. Can you leave the property?
being quiet.
Pay the registration plate. You're being recorded. You know that, don't you?
Right,
That's fine.
record you as well at the same time.
Right then, fair enough then. I'm protected, you're protected. You only turn it on now, don't you? Why are you following me down the road? You were that close to my bumper. You was that close to my bumper all the way around. Why? That isn't the distance you should stay behind the car. Is that the safe distance? If I had to brake under an emergency condition, you would have crashed into the back of... I haven't got the documents. I haven't got insurance documents on me. Excuse me, a driving licence on me. It's not a legal requirement to carry one with you.
No, but it is one to produce it.
I can't produce it. Oh, give me a producer then if you want. So yeah, basically this is what happened. You can hear all the ruckus. And the police officer kept on asking, this car isn't registered to this address. Now from the moment go with this whole conversation, the police officer did say to me, after me asking her, why did you pull me in the first place? Which they didn't really do. I pulled them.
You're gonna let me have a word and speak to you?
No, why are you following me?
We've checked the registration of your vehicle and it doesn't come back to an address here.
You said because your car's not registered to this address. Now, without me thinking, why didn't I ask them? How did you know a mile down the road that my car's not registered to this address? I asked you why you're following me. And that's your reason. Okay, let me just put that straight and clear. I could go McDonald's. I could go McDonald's now and I'm not registered to McDonald's.
Right.
Now, did you hear them pause? Let's hear that again. I could go McDonald's now and I'm not registered to McDonald's.
Right.
McDonald's.
Right.
McDonald's.
Right.
Oh yeah, there was a nice little pause there, because they knew full well what I'm getting at. These guys, these officers, they sit there all day in McDonald's. If you ever want help, don't go to a police station. Go to McDonald's. They're there eating their burgers, chilling out in the summertime, enjoying it. Yeah man, that's their little chill out spot. Like proper chavs do in the corner. They'd give me this harassment and they wouldn't stop until they heard my name. I'm allowed to go wherever I want. This country is a free country. I'm allowed to. If you enter me your property here. So the broken entered into the house. They now stood in the hallway, 1 foot in the hallway. They would not leave. Even after my fiance coming down the stairs and telling them to leave, they would not leave. They said, we need to know his name first. They're entering your property here without permission.
If you just tell us your name and this will solve that problem.
Can you leave the property?
We know who the insured person on that vehicle is.
I don't need to tell you the name.
Why won't you tell us your name?
I don't need to. Under what? Have I committed an offence? Have I committed? Have I committed an offence? Have I 20 miles per hour road round there, hitting 20.
If you're failing to produce your documents, then that is an offence, isn't it?
What, on private property right now? You followed me onto private property. No, you followed me onto private property. I told you not to come onto private property. The car's been parked. You pulled me over, walking on the pavement. Didn't have the right of pulling me on private property with the car parked and the car locked up. They didn't follow me for that reason. They followed me because they thought I was up to no good at this time of night. Fair enough, you're going to do that. But don't get out of the car and give me all this about my car registered to a different address. They'd give me this harassment and they wouldn't stop until they heard my name. I didn't want to subject the people in the household to break their human rights and basically break something which you don't have to do.
What's his name?
I am love it.
Now you can go away.
Right, that's all we need.
Now you can go away. That's all I need to know. Oh really? Now you can go away.
If you've been reasonable and said that at the beginning.
I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. You're harassing. And how quick they ran away. Well, there's no getting away from it because I've sent that information to the Independent Police Complaints Commission. Yes, it's already submitted. So usually I round up and I conclude with the pros and cons and the conclusion of this Maozua voice recorder. Well, I've got to say that this voice recorder was a lifesaver. It picked up all the officers' voices, as you could tell, and if you ever needed a real example of a product doing its job, well, it's when someone else isn't doing theirs. And just a little side note, I've recorded this whole video on a voiceover, and this voiceover has been done on this voice recorder. So not bad, eh? Have a good playback and listen to the whole video again. Very good quality. The only gripe I have with this recorder is the supplied earphones. There's nothing else really. I do actually recommend this product and I'll leave a link in the video description down below where you can actually buy this from today. So yeah, go get yours. Please guys, know your rights, respect yourself, stay safe, and let's just get on with life. Let's just enjoy it, shall we? Please go ahead and share this video wherever possible. Really appreciate that. Please smash that like button, subscribe, making sure you hit that bell notification option so you stay updated on all my new uploads. I thank you all for watching, and if you've subscribed to this channel, I'm really truly grateful. You just, you know, it means so much. So yeah, thank you so much and keep the peace. I'm not registered to McDonald's.